Sicon Project sits as an integrated module directly within Sage 200. It integrates with sales order processing, purchase ledger, sales ledger, the nominal ledger, as well as stock. Its primary purpose is really about being able to capture work in progress. So, to enable you to very quickly and efficiently report on your profitability, budgets, and where you're at in real time. It's a way of consolidating multiple information together in the one place. It's also a mechanism of reducing your nominal ledger. So if you're using your nominal ledger as a mechanism to capture project information, this will reduce that and allow you to report at project level. There are a number of ways in which you can generate a new project, whether that's new project here, whether that's through the estimates, converting an estimate to a project, or creating it from a template. So it's a simple way of just simply copying without the need to having to recreate the information over and over. So these are templates that I've already created, and all I'm going to do is say I want to copy it from a project that I originally had, and I can do things like copy budgets and memos, etc. That's now my new project created. It's automatically created my project number for me. I've popped in a description and we've linked it to a customer. There's various bits of information that you can capture. So it includes the project number, description, customer name, along with various customizable fields and various information here. Project header is just a mechanism to allow you to associate a transaction directly, as well as link it to a nominal account on the ledger for reconciliation purposes. There's also another level of hierarchy structure called phases, stages, and activities. These are really just examples of ones that I've created. You can call those anything you like. They're completely customizable and configurable, but it's about having another level to be able to have a much more detailed analysis. So this is typically used for customers where they've got much longer projects lasting over months or indeed years. I've created my budget against each one of these project headers, or we can actually set a budget at an activity level against the phase stage. Having created the project, there's then the ability against the sales order to define each line against the project or at the header level against the sales order itself. Alternatively, if I haven't created the project, at the point of where I put the sales order on, I've also got the ability to generate a new project, which includes copying from a previous template. This now gives me a committed value on my project, and once this starts to get invoiced, it will automatically move from the committed value into the actual value. So it gives us a really simplistic way of keeping track of our work in progress. I've also got the same functionality against the purchase order. So this is linking and associating the whole of this purchase order against that specific project. But again, we can do that at line level. So if we want to raise a purchase order to a supplier, maybe for different projects, each line could potentially be linked and associated different projects. Once again, this has now just given us that purchase order automatically and given us that committed value. Once we start to either receive that in, and this can be done at GRN or at invoice level, it will automatically move from the committed value into the actual value. Additional types of transactions which can be included are costs such as labour and timesheets, and this can be either done directly into the projects module. We can also import that information, or it can be done through Sicon approvals or through Sicon shop floor data capture. So all we do is we pick up the name of the person that we want to enter the time against, we enter the project, and again we can search for that project if we needed to. And we can enter the number of hours that have been associated to that project, whether it's the start and end time, if we want to also capture this for payroll purposes. So this is capturing it for costing analysis, for charging back to the customer, as well as potentially for payroll purposes as well. Once saved, again, this will automatically post onto the project for us. So we have confirmation of the person that submitted it. We've got the date of that submission, along with the actual cost, which has picked up that specific person's cost rate. Other types of costs might include plant hire. This can be added at the point of where the project is created or at a later point. So all I'm doing is adding the item that I want to hire, deciding the start date and when we want this to return. So this serves as a couple of purposes. We can generate a purchase order which will automatically generate that as a standard PO and standard Sage purchase order processing, but it also posts that cost to our, in this case, plant project header, but it also becomes a tracking mechanism. So all your project managers will know exactly where the plant hire is, and they're not incurring additional unnecessary costs because the plant has been left on site. Once again, this has automatically populated the information through, along with a number of days and the end date that that's due to be returned. If you're the type of customer that buys in bulk and you want to issue that stock out of your warehouse directly through to the project, we've also got that ability to do that very simply and quickly as well. So this is where it directly links through to standard Sage stock, and all we're basically doing is choosing a stock item from the database along with which warehouse we want to pick that from, the quantity, and then simply post, and that will post the information along with the cost directly through to the project. So an easy way of keeping track of costs along with your stock control. Once again, we can see that that was a stock issue with the information about the stock item and again the actual value of that stock item. If you're the type of customer who has very long-term projects and perhaps you want to keep a track of costs that are going to be happening in, say, 6 months' time, but you're not ready to place a purchase order with your supplier just yet, we have an easy way of being able to do that. So all I'm doing is saying, what is it that I want to purchase? That could be a free text or a stock item, and then saying the quantity and what I think the price might be. I'm not going to choose my supplier just yet because I don't know who I might want to buy it through, and I'm going to say when I'm going to think I'm going to need to buy it. And again, all I do is associate that through to my project header, which is automatically linked to the nominal account. And that's now going to add that through as a planned purchase so I can keep track of all of my costs against my budget. So we see this against our planned purchases tab, but additionally against the budgets tab as well. So this is showing that separately. Most customers tend to find that they might start off with a budget at the beginning of the project, but as it works through, that for various reasons, those costs or revenue may need to be changed. So we can accommodate that not by overriding your original budget, that's always fixed, to give you that capacity to then be able to report on the reasons why and the details around that. Any further information, please refer through to our help and user guides or have a chat with your Sage business partner.